Then once that was over, I ended up quitting my job with the institution. And now I'm learning that if you don't do at least 5 or 7 years for a felony you commit, when you come out, they don't actually give you second chances. You have to wait until your felony is at least 5 or 7 years old, which I'm not understanding that. So I'm trying to deal with that and still not trying to give up. Hopefully I'm run into somebody that would say, okay, let me just see how she works, you know, to see if it'll work out or not. The listings that y'all are giving, like a lot of people are marketing these listings that say they hire felons. Mm-hmm. They're not saying that they hire felons, but it has to be a 5 and 7 year old felony. And that's the catch to it. And because my felony is just a little over 18 months old, it's not considered to them old enough. So therefore, I have to keep trying to see if somebody will actually let me get a job, because I can't wait 5 to 7 years and not support myself. So, and see, that's not what a lot of us are being told. You know, those places do hire you, that the list, because it's like 3 pages of jobs. I wish I had the paper.
Where does all this come from? Because we've been told
different institutions, like, I mean, not institutions, like I got one from the institution, I received one from One Stop, and then just some from some people that just gave me that I know are ex-felons. I just wish it was more resources out and ways for them to help you once you get out.
When I came home, it was really trying to...
A lot different from mine.
Yeah, it was trying to see where I now fit in, what kind of work I could then regain myself into. I was the guidance counselor. I was actually guidance counselor over at Dunbar High School. And in the education field as a felon, you can't work around kids, you know, you can't do any of that anymore. But that's what I was trained to do with my master's in education, special ed, and master's in counseling. So then at that point, you know, I had to figure out what I could do to earn a decent living, because nobody owed me anything. You know, my parents wanted to give me everything, but it wasn't their responsibility because they had taken care of me while incarcerated. I wanted to take care of myself. So for me, it was going through a series of job interviews, getting rejected without being told I was rejected, telling, oh, you're articulate, you're educated, you're just what we want, can't wait to have you, and never get the call back. And it was a series of disappointments where I had to mentally tell myself to not take it personal, that if somebody didn't want to hire me, it was their loss. And it wasn't what I had, you know, had to bring to the table. So it was constantly trying to rebuild a shattered self-esteem that was continually being beat on because the community is not offender friendly.
You know, what are we going to do? You force people to be in a life of crime. Because people have families that have to be provided for, you know. Like, you force people to be in a life of crime because you won't give them a chance. No matter how many years they show you that I'm doing the right thing, you know. And it's heartbreaking.